Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time here, my name is Natasha. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and also turn on your post notifications so you guys never miss another upload. So for today, I filmed my in-depth brow routine. This is just the way I like to do my brows. Really quick, simple. I just wanted to record it for you guys so that way you guys have like an idea of how I do my brows, because I always like to fast forward and just skip through it when I'm doing other makeup looks. So yeah, if you guys want to see how I fill in my brows, then just keep on watching. Show you guys how I like to do my brows, my face, my eyes. Everything is already done, so I'm just gonna move on to brows. So for my brows, what I like to do is I like to have a spoolie. I like to have an angled brush. This is what I use even when I use a pomade on my brows and stuff. I always have been using this brush. I have been using this brush for like I think the past 4 years. This is the Morphe M158. It's just an angled brush like so, if you guys can see. And I love using this when I was using the Anastasia brow pomade, when I was using my NYX brow pomade or brow gel. Right now all I'm using is a powder, and then I go ahead and I use a volumizing gel right on top of it. So I like to take a spoolie first, and I'm just gonna go ahead and brush my brows out. This basically again just helps fill in your brows a lot better. So I don't have any brow bone highlight on right now, but I'm just gonna go ahead and take this and just brush it out. And then what I like to do is with a makeup wipe, I just like to wet my brush just because I like it to be more, I don't know, pigmented or just really nice. And then for my brows, this is my little brow powder, my brow palette that I have, just because when I was freelancing before, it's a super universal. There's different shades in here for clients and stuff like that. So I have been using this charcoal brown eyeshadow from MAC for the longest time. I used to use cork before that, but charcoal brown really works nicely. So I'm just picking up a little bit of that charcoal brown powder. And what I like to do is I like to just start from, like, I would say the half brow mark area. Some people like picking up powder with just a dry brush. You could do that as well. I just feel like it's not as intense with a dry brush. I always like to wet my brush just because I feel like it's more pigmented. And then basically what I'm gonna do is, as you guys can tell, my brows are super skinny. So I am just going over my natural brow and stuff. I'm not like accentuating it too much or, you know, over drawing it. I'm just lightly where I already have like my brow hair. I'm just gonna go over it and sort of just fill it in. As you can see, I do have like an arch, but again, the hairs that are on my arch are really light. They're not as dark or pigmented, so my brows look really like sparse and light and really thin. So when I fill this in with the powder, it just kind of darkens it a bit. So again, and then what I'm doing is with really light feathery strokes, I'm kind of just going over my brow. And again, when I get towards like the front of my brow, what I like to do is just kind of go really lightly underneath, following that line. And then with whatever's left, the line that I made, basically what I'm gonna do is I'm basically just pushing up, like flicking it upward, just so that way it blends nicely. And then when I get to the front, I just like to kind of go like this. So that's like basically how I do my brow, nothing too fancy. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and lightly just line the top area. And then just finish it by lining the bottom. And I don't wax my brows or anything. I will sometimes thread them just to clean them up, just so they're not bushy. But I don't wax them or anything. Sometimes like I'll tweeze it ever so slightly, but not a lot. And again, my brows are not twins, they're sisters. They are two complete different brows. They have a mind of their own, and sometimes they'll cooperate and sometimes they won't. That's one brow done. So basically when I'm done filling in my brow, I like to go ahead and take my Benefit. This is the Gimme Brow Gel. It's a volumizing gel. I love this stuff. Basically what I do is I just set my brow with it. Like when I'm done filling my brows in, I just kind of like to go on top of it and just set the brow in place. But I also like putting this just because I feel like it blends my brows. Like if I went too harsh with the powder, I feel like it would just blend it in a lot better. And it kind of just like sets it in place as well. And I'm gonna go ahead and do the other one, the same exact thing. So again, I like to start off in the center and kind of like define it, like draw it, and then kind of start turning my brush and going right underneath my arch. And just kind of going downward. then flicking it upward. As you can see. And then again, when I get towards the front of the brow, I just like to flick upward. So hopefully my brows are looking a little bit more even. I think that's good. And then I'm just gonna go ahead again and just use my voluminizing gel right on top of it to set everything in place. Okay, so that's it for my brows, and I'm just gonna go ahead and highlight my brow bone. So to highlight my brow bone, I'm gonna take a smaller brush, and then again, because I want it to be nice and glowy, I'm just gonna take the shade Ring Light from the James Charles palette and just highlight my brow bone. When my brows aren't done, sometimes I like to go ahead and use concealer and really clean it up and make it really nice and sharp, but I feel like right now I did a pretty good job at keeping it neat, so I don't need to clean it up too much. So I'm just gonna go ahead and highlight my brow bone, and I'm taking just a really small detailing brush and just at the high points of my brow. I'm basically using this in a way to clean my brow bone. Putting majority of my highlight color right in the center just because I want it to look really defined and lifted in a way. So I'm going to go ahead and take that again, and this is what I'm using to sort of clean up that powder. And just again bring it down like so, and then see how it looks like a frosty line right there? I'm just going to go ahead and blend it. So I'm not taking any product on that. I'm just gonna go ahead and use that to blend. So that's the finished brows. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this short little video on how I fill my brows. Let me know what you guys want to see next in the comment section down below. Everything that I use will be listed in the description box as well, so don't forget to check that out. And I'll see you guys on my next one. Bye!